I've been waiting for this moment for so long. I'm not kidding. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a very long awaited video. I'm so excited. It is finally time for me to be reading New Moon by Stephanie Meyer. Would I have waited a bit longer for the weather to be a little bit, I was gonna say a little bit warmer, but I mean a little bit cooler? Yes, I would love to, but it is September, and it's here. Like it or not, fall is coming, and even though the weather is not weathering, like right now it's nice, but it's gonna get hot later on. But I am here for the vibes, and if there's something that Stephanie Myers did right with the series, it's give us ambience, okay? Like once you're in the book, you're in Forks. You are feeling the rain, you're feeling the cool, you're feeling, the coolness of Edward. You are feeling everything in this book. I'm gonna be cold just by reading this book. Even though, wait, no, Jacob's in this book. I'm gonna play some Fork ambience on YouTube, don't you worry, and we're gonna have a great old time. I don't think you guys actually understand how happy and how excited I am to get back to this book. Listen, in case you guys haven't seen the video, I did vlog a video of me rereading Twilight earlier this year, and I knew I wanted to continue the series after that because it has been such a long time since I read the series. Like honestly, since the movies came out, that's when I started reading the books, obviously like everyone else, and I fell in love with them. I forgot what the books were about. We stuck with the movies. For the longest time, the movies were in my head, and I thought they were really bad. But upon rereading Twilight and getting back into the world, it's not that bad. I actually do enjoy Bella's character way more in the book than I do in the movies. So listen, movies are one thing and the books are another thing. If you want the actual Twilight that Stephanie Meyer gave us, read the books. If you want the characters, like the actors, because Edward and Bella are iconic, and then Jacob, okay? Jacob. And with New Moon, what I'm trying to figure out is if I'm actually Team Jacob or Team Edward, because I want to say that I became Team Jacob because of none other than Taylor Lautner. Like when Taylor Lautner was presented to us as Jacob, especially in New Moon, I think we all lost it, okay? We were all teenagers. Not all of us, but most of us. We were all teenagers, and then Jacob happened. Of course, we were gonna switch teams. But I have a feeling, based on me having read Twilight earlier this year, I think I'm actually Team Edward. I think I understand Edward now as an adult. Edward is like thousands of years old. I'm going to be Team Edward. I am so excited to reread this book. And also, just a side note, my sister is also buddy reading this with me. We read Twilight together, and I'm so happy that she also wanted to continue reading this. Yeah, spoilers. I am going to be spoiling the book. As you guys know, these books have been out for so many years now. Like, if you guys haven't read them, it's because you simply are not interested in reading them. Or maybe you were born in the last 7-10 years. I actually don't know if you guys maybe you guys haven't heard of Twilight, which I doubt it. I honestly doubt it if you guys haven't heard of Twilight. Like even if you were a newborn, I'm pretty sure you have heard of Twilight because of your mom. I don't know. I am going to be spoiling the book. I am going to talk about the book. I don't know. This is just for fun. I hope you guys stick around. I loved doing this last time, and I'm so happy that I'm doing this again. So, New Moon, here we go. Okay guys, I have an update for New Moon. We don't have numbers on the chapters, so I don't know what chapter I'm on, but the end or the ending, that's where I'm at. I'm very close to Edward taking off, Edward leaving. He already spoke to Charlie. I'm about to hit the months, the months, like the drama in this book. I love that I forgot so many of the things that happen in this. For example, this book starts with that dream that she has when she's like old and she thinks that she's looking at her grandma, but it's actually her, and Edward's right there because it is her 18th birthday, so she feels like she's getting so old. And I'm here for the drama. I'm here for how exaggerated it is. Like she's 18 and she thinks like she's old. Like she was looking for wrinkles already. I just love how obsessed she is with Edward, but I also love how obsessed Edward is with Bella, but we get to see her point of view, and she's just like obsessed with this man. She can't live without this man, and I'm like, it's about to happen and we're gonna get all the feelings and all the sadness is coming. But I also understand Edward, and Edward trying to keep her safe. We know that Bella wants to be a vampire and she's trying everything she can to convince someone to turn her into a vampire, and how protective Edward is of her. We already talked about the Volturi, and we already know what he would do if something was to happen to her, like what he thought he was going to do. I also forgot what happened at the party. Like, first of all, I forgot that she turns 18 at the beginning of the book, and then they throw her a party, and then that's when she cuts herself. There's bleeding, and then our friend Jasper can't handle it. Then we have the whole scene of her bleeding and having to get stitches and all that stuff. Also, would you say it's like yearning if they can't even have like a moment, a kiss, and she's just like, because Bella just wants to kiss the man and he just has to stop her all the time, because obviously it's so hard for him to contain himself. And I still love the whole thing, like he wants to kiss her obviously, but it's just like he wants to love her as much as he wants to kill her, and I'm here for that. Okay, listen, that type of love, that type of situation, I think it's great. I think the girlies get it. If you get it, you get it. This is what I'm here for. They have to keep their distance, but they need to be together. Okay, I'm here for it. So I am enjoying it. Like I said, I am about to hit the October phase. Everyone knows October, and then it goes like throughout the months. It's like October, November, December, January, and then waking up. I'm about to hit that part. He's about to take off and I can't wait for the drama. Anyways, guys, I am heading out to go visit my mom. She's going to do my nails. I told her, I wanted to visit her anyways, but I asked her if she wanted to do my nails. I just cleaned them from the gel that I was using. I was looking on Pinterest looking for inspo, for like fall inspo, and I couldn't find anything that was I couldn't find anything until I came across this right here. And this is what I'm gonna do, and tell me this is not the vibes for this, and the vampires and the wolves and everything. I have to get going. I told her I would be there by 4, and it is almost 5 minutes to 4, and I still have to drive out there. I owe you guys an update on the book. I'm on chapter 11, almost halfway into the book. I knew I was going to enjoy it because of how much fun I had with Twilight. I knew this was going to be the same thing. I knew I was going to be entertained, and entertained I am. Okay, I am missing Edward. Like I told you guys on the last update, Edward left. Edward is gone. It happens really quickly into the book. I tend to forget a lot of details in books, movies, whatever, especially if I haven't watched them or read them in a very long time. Edward left, right? And Bella is suffering so much suffering. Like, you can feel the pain that she's going through, just because like we just know that this girl is suffering. Like, she's not having fun. Like, for example, when Edward leaves her and tells her that he's leaving, and she just keeps walking and walking on the forest, and then the way that the whole scene is described of her just walking, she doesn't know where she's going, she has no sense of time, and like she's just, and then I just keep seeing her in the movie, you know what I mean? Like, she's just walking and then she lays there and she has no idea what's happening. She continues to describe Edward as an angel, and I love that because he's the opposite of an angel. And yeah, this girly is hooked. And I don't know why all my dark romance girlies are not into these books again, because I would consider this dark romance just because of the themes and everything, but how toxic they are, and the way that they are so obsessed with each other, not just Edward towards Bella and Bella with Edward, but also Jacob. Like, the way that Jacob starts falling in love with Bella, and how he wants her to be around, and he wants to be around her, and he wants to do everything that she wants, and Bella knows this. And just the way that Bella is getting close to Jacob starts as a like, he's gonna help me do this so I can start seeing the visions of Edward and hearing his voice. But then she quickly understands what is happening to her, like how attached she has become to Jacob, and it happened the same way with Edward. Like, it comes to the point that this girl doesn't know how to detach from these men, and she has to be all the time with them. So like, Edward left, she found Jacob, and she's, you know, someone's making her laugh again. She's having a good time. She sort of forgets about Edward, but she understands that she's using Jacob to hallucinate about Edward, but she also understands that she's using Jacob to not feel the pain and to not feel alone and to just be with someone, and how Jacob likes her and he's willing to like wait for her and just be around until she's ready, and how she's like, he's too young, but maybe. Also, his age is another thing that I don't know, like now, me being older, obviously, it's just like him being 16 and her being 18. It's kind of like, yeah, but she's 18 and he's 16, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter that it doesn't matter that he looks older, it doesn't matter that he's growing, he's stronger because of what the transition that he's going through. At the point that I'm at, Jacob just turned into a wolf, but Bella doesn't know because she made it to the meadow and Laurent was there. He was about to, you know, end her life, and the wolves end up getting there and saving her, but she doesn't know who the wolves are. She doesn't know that Jacob is a wolf yet. But where was I going with this? Yes, he looks older, but he's not older. He's 16, and they have this game that because he's mature and he can do certain things, like he's older, and like they start giving each other like an older age, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, you can do this, you're like 40, you can't do this yet, so you're like 3 years younger. And I'm not sure if Stephanie Myers did that as to like make us forget that he's actually 16, and to Bella he looks older just because of how mature he is or something like that. I don't know if that was like a let's make this work for them too. I don't know. As much as I want to judge the writing, I'm just gonna keep this fun and entertaining, and yes, I am smiling from ear to ear like a little teenage girl. Like, everything's coming back. Like, how much fun I've had. Like, I remember how much fun I had the first time I read them. It's the same. Like, this has me grinning so much. There was a part where like Jacob, they were talking about the bear that's in the woods, and people have seen the bear, which is like a wolf actually. They were joking around, Bella and Jacob, and then Jacob tells her something like, oh, but don't worry, like bears don't like to eat humans because we don't taste good. And he's like, but don't worry, you might be the exception because you might taste good. But then in her head she says something like, that's not the first time I hear that about me. But yeah, I'm having so much fun. I'm enjoying it. I am pretty sure there were so many things that I wanted to update you on, but I keep forgetting. Also, one thing, she has a job. She has a job in this whole entire book, and I forgot about that. But I mean, it's not really relevant to the story. I also just remember, I love that this girl knows that she is hallucinating about the visions with Edward and hearing his voice. She knows these are hallucinations. She calls them hallucinations. Like, she knows that he's not actually there, which that's what I thought it was. Like, I thought she was believing that he was there and like he was presenting himself in a way. She's literally like putting herself in danger and like her life in danger for her to have these hallucinations about her vampire boyfriend that left her. I'm gonna continue reading some of it maybe tonight. I'll come back with an update because it's so good. It's so good. Also, I forgot to give you guys an update on my nails. My mom ended up doing my nails. It actually took a while, but I love them. Let me see if you guys, I don't know if you guys can see them. I hope you guys can see them. I love them. They look pretty close to the picture that we were following. And talk about gothic vibes, vampire vibes, that's what I was going for, and I think we nailed it with the nails. I love them so much. So yeah, just a quick update. Good morning, guys. I have an update for everyone because I am almost done with New Moon, but first I have to say I have to tell you guys, I am loving this book so much. I am having so much fun. And yes, Bella is crazy. Also, I am sorry if you guys can hear the dishwasher. I just realized that it is on, so I apologize for the noises. But let's get back to Bella, okay? Bella's crazy and I love her for it. She is unhinged. Like, this woman is making herself sick. She is physically making herself sick. I am on page 362. I am almost done with it. We are going to finish it today, don't you worry. But I am exactly at the point where she already jumped from the cliff. Like, we finished that chapter where she's like drowning, and that's where she's like so dramatic. She's like, goodbye, I love you, my last thoughts. Like, she is hallucinating. She is like, whatever her mind is feeding her, she thinks is Edward talking to her. And this girl is making herself sick, like physically making herself sick. And she goes throughout the book saying that she feels pain every time, or like it is painful every time that someone mentions Edward or the Collins. And you might think it's like, it's an emotional pain. It's an emotional pain, but it is not just an emotional pain. It's actually like physical pain that she is giving herself. Like, she's making herself ill. And not just that, this woman stops breathing whenever Edward is mentioned, because I just read a part where she's talking to Jacob and they're talking about Edward, and she says something like she can't breathe, like she holds her chest and it's like if she has no air or something. And then Jacob is like, stop that, I hate when you do that. And like, it's because she stops breathing, like physically stops breathing. This woman is insane. Like, she should be put away. I love it because something that I keep thinking is that this couldn't have happened to a better person. Like, it had to happen to Bella, because like it or not, we have to think about how mentally unstable she was already before coming here, or she's just different, okay? I keep thinking, like, if this had happened to Jessica per se, like, you know, Jessica would have seen all the red flags. She would have been like, no, you're a vampire. Like, let's think logically, I'm out of here. And the fact that this all happened to Bella, it couldn't have happened to anyone else, I swear. And I am here for it. But besides that, I am also really enjoying the whole thing with the werewolves and the pack, how it all happened, that they all started turning into wolves. And like, for example, Sam had no one to help him. He was the first one. He had to do it all alone. And Emily, is that his fiance's name? I think it's Emily. She was there, she got hurt, and now everyone else knows not to be near people when that happens. And he had to learn all that by himself. And by the time that Jacob got there, he had already packed to talk to him and explained it to him. And yeah, I'm just really, like, I really enjoy that part. I think I love the fact that we get a whole book dedicated to them. But yes, really enjoying it. Also, another thought that I had was that if there is one character that I like more in the movie, like, I love his character in the movie and not the book, which is, listen, that is wild to say, that there's a character that is better in the movie than in the book, and that would be Billy. Because I do not like the way that Billy is written in the book. I don't like his dialogue. I don't like how he comes across. Like, I feel like he's very protective, and he's more, or like he should be more protective, understanding. And I just don't like the way that he comes across in the book. I think he comes across like very rude, and I don't think that's who Billy is. I think Billy in the movie is great. I like his character. And whenever Bella's talking to Billy and she says something like, oh, have Jacob call me back, he's like, sure, sure. Everything is sure, sure. Those are like his favorite 2 words to say, and they're like all over the book. And Jacob even said them once, which I'm like, okay, well, he hears his dad saying it a lot, I don't know. But sure, sure. Like, yeah, sure, sure. Yeah. I like Billy in the movie a lot more than here. Again, Bella's crazy. Victoria is still out there trying to get to her. I am about to start the Paris chapter, so here we are. I'm so looking forward for the Collins to come back, because I do miss them. Even though I really enjoy Jacob and everything that's going on with the pack. I'm excited for the vampires to come back. But yeah, also, do you guys like my shirt? Can you see it? I love it. It is one of the best quotes to ever come out of New Moon, the movie, because that quote is not in here. It's the "Where the hell have you been, loca?" Who doesn't know that quote and who doesn't love to say that quote? It's one of my favorite quotes. But yeah, I have breakfast ready and I have my coffee. We are going to go sit down, read a little bit more from the book. I think I have like 150 pages left, and then I have to go write because did I tell you guys that I'm taking a writing class? I have lots to do, so let's get going. Bella's crazy. She is insane. I can't believe how much I am enjoying this book. Again, I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm on chapter 18, the funeral, and I just want to give you guys an update because a lot has happened since the cliff diving thing, and obviously I had forgotten who saved Bella. For whatever reason, I thought Alice was the one that saved Bella from being in the water, but it wasn't Alice. I just remember that Alice was the first one to come back from the colons because of her vision, but Jacob is the one that saves Bella, and Alice can't see that because Alice can't see werewolves in her visions, and she finds out once Bella tells her that Jacob is a werewolf. You guys know how excited I was for the colons to come back. I knew Alice would show up at any time. I wanted the vampires to be back. Like, I wanted the drama after Bella realizes and Bella finds out what Edward wants to do, you know, at the end. I was ready for that. However, we have spent so much time with Jacob and the pack and everything, and you guys know Bella's crazy. She fell in love with Jacob. She has these really high emotions of like, she is so in love with Edward. However, somehow she was getting to fall in love with Jacob, but she knew it was a different type of love, I guess. She keeps saying like, oh, like her brother, but it's a little bit more than that. Like, I can't feel this way for my brother. Like, I can't feel this way for my brother. And she was kind of she was realizing that it wasn't the same thing. And then she's about to kiss Jacob. Like, she knows that she likes Jacob. She had just come to realize that because she goes on that whole idea of Romeo and Juliet in Paris. The whole thing had just happened because Jacob had just saved her. She was about to kiss Jacob and Alice comes in, and Bella did not think twice to turn around. Like, she immediately focused in Alice because she thought it was Carlisle first, because Alice had his car, so she thought Carlisle was the one there, but it was Alice. And the way that she dismisses Jacob without a thought, she doesn't want to let Alice go. She's afraid that she's gonna leave again, and she just forgets all about Jacob and everything else that Jacob did for her. And it's just her attitude towards Jacob now, because Jacob just got back to the house and Alice had to leave. I don't know how to feel about this because we know that she was using Jacob this whole entire time, and Jacob is just good, you know, he's a good person and he's taking care of her. However, he is 16. Like, after becoming a werewolf and all the changes, he doesn't feel like a 16-year-old anymore, but he is 16. So I am not liking Bella like right now. But also, another thing that Charlie told Alice was that they wanted to put her away. Like, they were ready to take her into, you know, lock her up. He was ready to have her locked up because she was not acting right, and everyone knew that. Everyone was afraid for what could happen to her, and they were ready to lock her up. And I think they should have, because this girl is not right. I would have liked to see the fit that she actually threw for them to not lock her up. And then we come back to the idea that Bella is not a reliable narrator. She's not a reliable narrator because at the beginning, she doesn't tell us what happened. The only thing that we know is that her mom went back to get her. They wanted Bella to go to Florida with her mom and stay over there because Charlie didn't want to put her away. He just wanted her to be safe. And she only says, I didn't want to go back. I wanted to stay here. I told them I was going to change, and then she goes and gets a job. She starts hanging out with the friends. Everything starts to change. However, she doesn't tell us that she threw a tantrum. I was telling you guys, we only get her perspective. We only get her point of view, which I'm thinking I might read Twilight from Edward's perspective. Listen, I kind of want to know what his thoughts are. I kind of want to know what his perspective is. But then again, like, I wish we had other people's perspectives now, because Bella is cuckoo. That's where I'm at. I'm gonna go eat right now, but I also want to, you guys see the bookshelf behind me? You guys don't see it much. I have been spending a lot more time in here. This is the office. This is where my husband and I have our desks. However, it's also kind of like a dumping ground, and I have to clean up. I have to make sure that I want to change the curtains. I want to put art on the walls. I need to take out these boxes right here, and I want to dust this bookshelf because I've neglected it since I got my pretty green bookshelves over there. I want to focus in this room a little bit more and try to make it a little bit cozier, just for us to hang out in here a little bit more. That was the update for right now. I'm gonna go eat, and I'll see you guys later. I finished my reread of New Moon, and 5 out of 5. I had such a great time. I can't remember the last thing I updated you guys on. I don't think had Alice. I'm pretty sure Alice had come back already when I last updated you guys, I'm sure. And I didn't like the way that Bella treated Jacob the second that Alice was back. And of course, she hurt Jacob's feelings. However, Jacob is a really good person. He's a really nice guy. And he respected Bella's decision. And that's not keeping him away from her, because obviously we know that he loves Bella and the connection, everything that they went through in this book. For him, it was the best time of his life, you know? I'm really glad that we got this book from the wolves' perspective, because this is where we learn everything about the werewolves, of course, and Jacob and everything. However, like I said, I didn't like the way that Bella treated Jacob the moment that Alice came in. And something that I noticed in this book, or with Alice, was that she's also very obsessed with Alice. Like, it's not just with Edward, it's also with Alice, and I'm pretty sure it would have been with any other one of them, but Alice is like her friend. I think that is just something that the vampires tend to have towards humans. I don't know, like this obsession with them. Because also Charlie is kind of like obsessed with Alice, and we get to see that in this book. There's nothing romantic going on or anything like that inappropriate. Well, not inappropriate, because she's she's thousands of years old, but I think there's a likeness that Charlie has towards Alice. I thought that was fun to see, and to like, you know, something that I picked up on the story. Yeah, I'm sure everyone has read this book. We all know what happens with the Volturi and Edward trying to end his life. I got to refresh my mind on what each one of them does, because all the Volturi have like a special gift, and they want Edward and Alice to be part of them because of their gifts that they have also. But yes, the vampires are back, and I'm looking forward to Eclipse. Hopefully I get to it soon, because I would like to get to the last book late November or early December. I think that would be a great time to read Breaking Dawn. I'm also thinking about reading Twilight from Edward's perspective, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see once I finish Breaking Dawn. I think it's called Midnight Sun. Let me know if anyone else is rereading or reading for the first time, because I know a few people are picking up the books for the first time, and that is crazy. That is insane. However, I know everyone's gonna be obsessed. I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna be obsessed with these again. That is all for this vlog, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.